It's been a minute since I've made a video. I hope y'all are doing well. This past year has been a lot of adventures. Not so much travel. It's been a difficult year, difficult past couple years to travel. But, you know, it is what it is, and life takes you on new adventures. And so I've got one to show you today, something we've been working on for the past 8 months or so. A little bit longer, actually. We were looking for land out in Ecuador for quite some time, about 8 months. Came across this and bought it about 6 months ago. So here's the big reveal. We got ourselves a hectare out here in the Amazon jungle, about 30 minutes from Tena, where we live. And right now, the doc is going to take you on a little tour. So here's the thing, we bought this about 6 months ago, and I left immediately after because I had to take care of some visa paperwork in America, and what I thought was going to be a 3-week trip turned into 6 months. And so I just got back to Tena yesterday, to Ecuador a week ago, and this is the first time I'm seeing the land after all the hard work that she's been doing to it for the past 6 months. I mean, it was certainly beautiful when we bought it, but it was overgrown. It was different land. So she's been putting a lot of work into it for the last 6 months, and right now she's going to take you on a little tour and show you some of the property, and hopefully in the years to come we can show you this property progress even more. So here comes a little tour from the dock.
Hey! Okay, this is the border, our land, and this is the Hatunyaku River. We have a small problem with the land because the land falls, and I planted this yucca plant and help the roots help the land don't fall and be strong. We have a lot of paja, the name of the bush, and we can make we can cut this part and put together and do the roof of the cabañas or houses.
This is a level 3 river for rafting and kayaking, at least the part that's in front of us here. But then if you go farther upstream, there's a level 5. And so we've been kayaking in this river before, actually before we were even considering buying land on the river. I think this is one of the most popular rivers to kayak and raft in. And so we went with our friends, Aaron, Patricia, and Tony over at the Pakai Hostel, and they took us on an incredible trip down this river. So on any given day, like on a weekend in the mornings, you can just see tons of people. I think it's the most popular river, like I said, to kayak and raft on. So we'll be able to see some locals and some tourists floating down this river at times. ¿Qué más?
We have a lot of plants, cacao plants. Look, this cacao. Not ready, but we have a lot.
So the purple ones are the oldest or the newest, and then they turn red, and then they turn orange?
Yeah, orange or yellow when it's ready.
Here, show us a ready one.
Here is a plant with cacao. The cacao is ready. Look, is the cacao inside?
Doesn't it look like fruit? So there's seeds in each one of those. Mm-hmm. And what I didn't know until today.
You can eat this. Delicious.
And then you spit out the seeds. Or you take this home. If you were just making chocolate, what would you do with the white part? Like just throw it away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this part helps the cacao to fermentation process. You can eat or you can just put in the sun. And
oh, I see. Because when I'll do another video about this in the future because we're going to make some chocolate, but when you put the cacao seeds in to make chocolate, is to go through a whole process of drying and roasting, and we'll talk about that another day. What's up, little Pollo? These are not our chickens, but they just do their thing, and I'm not going to bother them. They're adorable. I love them. This tree, somebody told me a while back what it was called. Something to do with like trap tree, like La Trampa arbol. I might be messing it up a little bit, but it's because they literally work like a trap. Those things grow super tall. I see these all over the jungle. It's nice to have them here. I don't think that they produce any fruit though, but I'll get a little bit closer and you can see that not only can the roots like trap you in there, but then once you get stuck in there, you see the spikes. So careful when you come out and check this place out, and don't get trapped in the trampa tree. So this part of the land that you're seeing down, everything you're seeing in the distance is what we've got. I think it's about 460 meters of river frontage. If you stand on one side of the river and you look towards the end of the property, you can't even see the other end. I'll show you in a few minutes. But this part was cleared when we had purchased it, which I hate cutting down trees. I would never clear anything. So we're actually gonna plant hundreds of trees out here, all said and done, over the years. But for now, we've got some cleared space because that's how it came. It won't be cleared in the future. Some more cacao. We've got tons of these trees all over the property, which I'm so happy because I want to plant a lot more. I want to have enough cacao trees to do my own chocolate in the future. We have enough now, but I would like more. And I also want to plant the cousin of the cacao plant called the Cacao Blanco, which is my favorite snack here in Ecuador. Very rare delicacy that only grows or only blooms a couple times a year. It's hard to see them against the white sky, but we've got little papayas, and once they're big enough, we can knock them down, eat them. Yeah, that's her papaya poking stick. We've also got a ton of these plantain trees. I'm not a big plantain fan, but they're part of like most meals around here. So there are some good plantain meals, but you know, they're like the cousin of the banana. I eat 2 bananas every single day, but I wouldn't necessarily just grab a can of plantain and bite into it. But these are just like the dead leaves on the tree. It's good to clean these up because if not, the trees get really heavy. They don't have a very deep root system. And so what happens is this over here. We had a lot of rain recently, and so this plantain tree just completely fell down, which is unfortunate, but it just happened recently. You can see because these are still fresh, not quite ripened. But take a look at the root system over here. You can see how shallow it is. Here's one more personal favorite that we've got, although it's covered in ants right now. But this is the Guava Fruit, and it's super long. You can buy these on the side of the road in Ecuador for like $1 for 4 of these. And what you do, I'm not gonna do it right now because this isn't ready, but you twist it open. And on the inside, there are some seeds that kind of look like the cacao you just saw, but bigger. And so you just suck the fruit, the white fruit, off the outside of it, and then you spit out the seed. I love those things though. Those are awesome, really delicious. So now we're making our way down a little over halfway, and you can see that the distance between the river and the edge of the property gets smaller as we walk down because we purchased a triangle. But that's what attracted us to this piece of property, is because it's a triangle, but the largest side of the triangle was on the river. Whereas a lot of places you can buy a hectare in the jungle, and it has a little tiny river strip, 100 meters, 50 meters, but then the rest of it just goes deep. Whereas in this case, the largest side of the triangle that we purchased was river, and that's what I was after. That's what we both were after. Just as much river frontage as possible. you see those rocks down there, and it looks like they're tiny pebbles, like I'm standing level surface. It's hard to see on video, but we're actually about 30 feet above the river, which is one more thing that attracted us to this particular property. Is we will most likely never flood. The river has a lot of room to grow as it rises in either direction, and I think if it ever came up here 30 feet, the entire city of Porto Napo, or town of Porto Napo and Tena, would be just completely flooded on the other side. I'm gonna take you down there though and show you the bottom portion. Hey, so now we're gonna show you the secret part of the land we bought. I don't know if I should. This is the first time you're here. It's kind of a special thing that we don't show everybody. I don't know if I should show you. Doctor, what do you think? You think we should show them the secret part?
See, yes.
Okay, she says see. So here we go. This is our secret. What is it, a cave? No. What are these things called? ¿Tú recuerdas? Fuimos cerca de Macas, ¿recuerda? ¿Qué es la nombre de esos? Ah, labyrinths, labyrinthos, labyrinths. This is our secret labyrinth down to the river. These are the rocks you were seeing before. Now you see just how big some of them are. And that's a tiny one. Look at these guys. So right now, we're at the edge of the property. That is not part of ours, but I'll spin this around. And as far as you can see, right now, all the way to the end, past that big rock that you can't see. That's why we fell in love with this property. All this incredible river frontage. So much we can do with it. At some point in the future, we might even use some of these rocks to construct something. A fence, a house, who knows? But quite an amazing piece of property. Thanks for checking out the property. I hope we have more videos to show you in the future as this place progresses and as we put more work into it. As I put more work into it too. She did all the work before, so now I'll have to do some work too. But we'll see. Hope you can come visit sometime soon. Talk to you later.
Bye.